Have you ever just wondered why some people who have the exact same qualifications as you seem to just nail every single interview? I'm going to tell you right now, it is not luck. Mastering an interview is a skill, it's a system. And today, we're breaking down that very blueprint for success. This scenario right here is the perfect place to start. Picture it. One candidate gets the dream offer. The other gets that polite, "We'll keep your resume on file" email. So what was the difference? Here's the kicker. It had nothing to do with what was on their resume. It was all about how they played the game inside that room. So, the first, and I'd argue the most important piece of this whole puzzle is your mindset. Yeah, before you even think about what you're going to say, you have to get your head on straight. This is the foundation that everything else is built on. Let's dig into why. And look, this isn't just some motivational fluff. Check out this number. Research from Harvard Business School found that candidates who project genuine confidence are a staggering 42% more likely to get a job offer. That is a massive head start before you've answered a single question about your experience. So why is it so hard to just be confident? Well, it's because of these guys right here, these super common mental barriers. Maybe it's that pit in your stomach fearing the word no, or that little voice telling you you're a fraud. Hello, imposter syndrome. Or maybe you're just haunted by a terrible interview you had years ago. These things are performance killers. They make you second-guess yourself and come across as nervous and unsure. So here's the big move. You have to completely reframe the entire situation. Stop thinking of the interview as an interrogation where you're on the hot seat. It's not that at all. Instead, see it as a conversation, a two-way street between professionals. You are interviewing them just as much as they are interviewing you. Trust me, that one little mental flip changes everything. It turns you from a nervous test taker into a collaborative problem solver. Okay, so once you've got that solid mindset, we can start building on it. This brings us to our second pillar, what you actually say. And it's not just about spinning out facts and figures from your resume. It's about learning the art of telling memorable, impactful professional stories. Now, the secret weapon for telling great stories is a framework, and the absolute gold standard is the STAR method. It's a simple four-part structure: situation, task, action, and result. This is your best friend in an interview because it forces you to give concrete evidence instead of just making empty claims. It's the difference between saying, "I'm a great leader," and actually proving it with a story that nobody can argue with. And this slide just lays it all out, doesn't it? Look at the difference. On the left, you've got this vague, forgettable answer like, yeah, I worked hard and organized the project. But on the right, boom, a story structured with STAR. Specifics like inherited a team 6 weeks behind schedule. The action, restructured our workflow using Agile. And that killer result, delivered 2 weeks ahead of schedule and hit a 96% client satisfaction score. One is an opinion, the other is cold, hard proof. And the trick here isn't to just have one good story. No way. You need to build a whole library of them, an arsenal you can pull from at any moment. You want to make sure your stories cover these 4 core areas: a time you solved a really tough problem, a time you stepped up and led, a time you brought a new idea to the table, and a time you got knocked down but bounced right back. If you have those, you're ready for almost anything they can throw at you. All right, you've got the mindset, you've got your stories ready to go. The third pillar is about tying it all together into a powerful, consistent personal brand. This is the stuff that makes you not just another qualified candidate, but the memorable one. I love this model here, the professional identity framework. It shows you that your brand isn't something you just make up. It's something you uncover and build, layer by layer. It starts with what's most true about you at your core and builds all the way up to how you uniquely make a difference. So let's break it down. It all starts with your core values, things like integrity or curiosity. Those values then inform your professional philosophy, your unique take on how your work should be done. Together, those two things help you craft your career story, which is the narrative that connects all the dots of your past experiences. And that all leads to the top of the pyramid, your impact style. This is your signature way of getting things done. Are you the turnaround artist who thrives in chaos, or the system builder who brings order and clarity? Knowing this is a game changer. And this is exactly why it matters so much. A powerful brand isn't just a boring list of your skills. It's the story you tell about yourself. It's what gives you a clear, compelling answer to the interviewer's biggest unspoken question. Out of everyone we're talking to, why should we hire you? Okay, let's get to our final pillar, and this one's fascinating.
It's about everything you're communicating without saying a single word. Mastering these silent signals, this can be the final piece of the puzzle that confirms everything you've just told them. Get ready for this, because this statistic from UCLA is absolutely mind-blowing. 93% of how effective our communication is comes from nonverbal cues. Only 7% is the actual words we use. Think about that. Your body language, your tone, your eye contact, they aren't just minor details. They're practically the whole show. You see, effective nonverbal communication is a whole system working together. It's your vocal presence, not just what you say, but the energy and pace in your voice. It's making eye contact that connects with the person without being a creepy stare down. It's body language that screams confidence. All of these signals need to be telling the same positive story.
You know, if you're going to focus on just one thing to start, make it this: your posture. It's the foundation of everything. In fact, try it right now, wherever you are. Sit or stand with a long spine, let your shoulders relax down, and keep your chin level. You instantly feel and project more confidence and presence. It's such a simple tweak with a huge impact. So now we can step back and see the whole picture. These 4 pillars we've talked about, mindset, responses, branding, and nonverbals, they aren't just a list of random tips. They are all interconnected parts of a single powerful strategy for success. So let's recap the blueprint one more time. It all starts with your mindset. That's your confident foundation. You build on top of that with your responses, the structured stories that prove your value. Your personal brand ties it all together with a unique value proposition. And finally, your nonverbals act as the silent confirmation, proving that you're every bit as capable as you claim to be. You know, I love how the source material puts it. An interview is a performance where your authenticity meets your strategy. It's not about being fake. It's about being so well prepared that the real authentic you can shine through without any of the nerves getting in the way. So the final question is for you. Looking at this blueprint, what's the very first step you're going to take to write your script for success?